Well, does anybody know where that was taken? That was at Mid-State. I just wanted to show this real quick because we have truck washing, vehicle washing occurs at all sites. Where do you guys wash your trucks? Inside or outside? Outside? Or both? Okay. We're going to talk a little bit more about that later on. This stuff can make fish unhealthy to eat. If anybody's ever been to the Great Lakes out in Chicago area, that sort of thing, they're great lakes. They're pretty nice. But I lived out there for a couple of years. One of the interesting facts that I read was if you catch, let's say, a game fish, a northern pike or that sort of thing, and you bring it home and you eat it, well, you've consumed pretty much a year's worth of mercury in one fish, because they just accumulate everything that washes down into the rivers and streams, into the lakes. Same thing here. Now, Narragansett Bay problem, the gentleman who likes to do freshwater fishing, do you catch and release? Most of the time. All right, well, I agree with that. I mean, once in a while, bring home a couple of trout, fry them up, a butter, cast iron skillet, doesn't get much better than that. But you don't want to do that too often because, unfortunately, in the world in which we live, yeah, you're probably better off getting a farm-raised fish at the store. But catch and release is a lot of fun. Anybody recognize this photo? Where do you think that photo was taken? East Greenwich? If you said East Greenwich, you would be correct. A lot of problems still in Narragansett Bay. Not as many as there have been, but still. This was summer before last. I'll frame the situation for you. Hot summer, the water temperature in the bay kept creeping up. Stormwater runoff is, again, the most serious problem for water quality in the state of Rhode Island. A lot of nutrients wash off. Fertilizer from lawns, fertilizers from golf courses, that sort of thing. What's in fertilizer? Anybody know? What sort of a nutrient? Nitrogen, and one other. Nitrogen, let's just stick with that. Algae, etc. They love those nutrients that you bring in with all of that fertilizer. They grow like crazy. When they grow like crazy, they use oxygen. When they use oxygen, they give off CO2. So they're dropping the oxygen level in water that, because of the temperature increase, cannot hold as much oxygen as it can, for instance, in the early spring or in the wintertime. Cold water holds more oxygen than warm water. So you're warming the water up, you're dropping the oxygen content, and then you're rapidly increasing the algae, and they're sucking up all of the oxygen, and you get to a point where you trigger the fact that no longer do the fish have enough oxygen to survive, and you get something like this. Unfortunately, that's not uncommon, and we can do a lot to stop that from happening. We've made quite a bit of progress. It is a statewide problem. We want to make sure that if we do the right thing, we can make quite an impact. Stormwater, unfortunately, is not one of those easy things to fix. You go to a factory and you tell them, stop doing that. And with a big enough hammer, you can make them stop doing that. By hammer, I mean regulations, fines, that sort of thing. You can make them stop doing that, but you can't make the rain stop. The stormwater problem is everywhere, but it's small. A little bit here and a little bit there. That's why everything we do makes a big impact. Comes from all sorts of sources. It doesn't have a single solution, unfortunately. It's not one of those quick fix things, like the nation's economy. Not a quick fix solution. Alright, that's why we're here. That's the prelude to the rest of the things we're going to talk about this morning. Any questions on what stormwater is, why it's important, that sort of thing? No? Everybody awake? Yeah? Okay. I'm going to set up the next one, grab a cup of coffee, and I'll be back in 5 minutes.